Probably keep it like that. You take one scoop that way. Your sheet, a little more, right there. Oh, you got the mic on you already?
Yeah, I got mine on.
Yeah, I got mine on too.
Super logical. That's my weird side too. Oh, this is right. This is right. Damn. Damn, my left side is not the same. It's just a camera right there. Ashley. She's gonna judge me. They know me as Snooker. You go like a Snooker.
Hey, Nigel. Did too hard, bruh.
Topic is a wife is temporary, a baby mama is forever.
Now that's fucked up.
That's a fact. Talk to me.
I feel like it don't gotta be it for everything.
It sound like don't get trapped.
That's how it sound like, but yeah, it's really the truth.
That's how you trying to put it. You trying to put it like it's a trap.
So my thoughts are accurate, right? And I can say accurate because I was a wife of like 8 years, but we had 2 children together. I'm forever be in his life. Like he can't go nowhere. Where he going?
It's a factual statement. The statements, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you can't go without, you know, your baby mama's gonna be permanent.
So that's it.
Like, yeah, if she ain't got kids, bruh, if y'all ain't got kids, yeah, she's expendable. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot that you gonna put up with, and it's a lot that a woman
Get away with. If you're a deadbeat, none of that shit matter.
Kinda. She could just put you in jail. Most women just ain't
No,
consistent.
niggas change their name and they leave the country.
Oh, damn.
I thought of it. No, I'm just joking.
I think what is forever is the children. The dynamic, the baby mama dynamic is definitely not a factor. I don't have to play that role. I don't have to, I'm not doing it. I also feel like a wife is a forever thing. And if we going into that, that's how I'm going into it. I'm going into it like this is my husband forever. I'm hoping that I am his wife forever.
But why the wife gotta be temporary? Like how, what the fuck? Like what? Does that to me that's just kinda like, that's cushioning niggas that got baby mamas to still fuck on their baby mama.
You losing me.
No, I'm not.
You really said the statement is the fact, but
No, I'm saying, I mean, I'm saying what's fact about the statement is the baby mama's gonna be permanent.
right.
For sure. But why the wife gotta be temporary? So it's partial facts.
So partially a fact.
Partially a fact.
You didn't say that at first.
I didn't, but it's partially a fact.
So you want to repeat that?
So the statement is partially 50-50 correct.
But are you saying he can't go nowhere like emotionally and pussy wise, or like he can't go nowhere like he gotta pay that child support type shit?
I mean, no, he can date who he wants to or whatever, but like, baby daddies always want to come back.
I know, that be the problem with the single folks trying to date somebody with a baby mama. We think as a like baby mama drama, and we ain't got.
See, I don't get baby mama drama, and guess what? I don't take him back either. I just know I can't.
Well, that's good.
Oh shit, he gonna see this shit.
I think the statement is factual, but I do feel like the person who came up with this quote was probably the side chick, or I'm assuming that because I feel like it's kind of like it's a toxic quote. It's like you kind it's like you kind of mad, like, oh, you got a child by him? Oh, sure, I'm finna have a child by him type shit. Like, you get me?
Yeah.
Like that's the type of vibe I'm getting off of. It's like he don't want to wife you, but you got a child by him, so he done moved on with somebody else, and now you like, shoot, a wife. He probably got married. Wife's forever. I mean, wife is temporary. Baby mama forever. I'm always gonna be here type shit.
You ain't gotta marry her, but if she bore your seed, bruh, you're tied to her.
That's true. That's true. And the way niggas is getting divorced now, it's like marriage is a fucking joke.
What?
They don't even. It ain't even real.
It's real. They test.
I mean,
that shit out.
to real people, it's real, but like, it's people that don't really.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They don't take it serious.
They'll do that shit because it's cool. Oh, it's been a year. He asked. Cool.
The baby mama's gonna always be permanent. She's not gonna go anywhere. But why does the wife have to be a temporary placeholder or whatever it is, what you want to call it? So I feel like the statement was made probably by a nigga that's still fucking on his BM, and he just wants to make that somewhat valid. I think honestly it's ignorant as fuck, because some people can have baby mamas and they just be a baby mama, and of course it's gonna be a co-parenting situation where that's gonna forever be the child is the concern, and you're gonna move forward with the child as your first priority. Right. But to say permanent, the outer eye is gonna read it like the BM ain't going nowhere. When in essence, some people are grown and some people are adult as hell, and they co-parent the proper way.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of toxicity when it comes to baby mama, baby daddy, or whatever. And sometimes it's the baby daddy that want to get back, or not even get back, but it's like they want to fuck on. So like when they situation ain't going right or whatever, they feel like they can come back to that person.
Because the female lets that door stay open. If you don't have that door open, then it ain't gonna happen.
But most times it's open, because the girl still wants the dude back. So that's why us singles be like,
I'm a single.
You are, but I'm like, I ain't got no kids or nothing. So I'm just saying, like, I ain't got no debate, you know?
It's crazy because I never normally, it sounds crazy, but I don't date dudes with kids. Not that I don't, but I just never was doing that. But currently I am. He got 2 daughters, 2 different women. One of them he's close with, one of them he's not. And we talked, and I asked him, like, how do you feel about marriage? He is like, he wants to be married, but he also feels like having kids is just like, you could just do that. Like, but having a wife is like, it's a process. And in my mind, we should think about, like, you gotta think about who you're having kids with. You can't just be having kids and now you got all these issues. And also now, like, holidays just passed. I can't come to your mama house because your baby mama there and she might start an issue, but you're my boyfriend, I can't spend the holidays with you. But it's also weird because I came from a family where...
That's toxic too, though.
It's toxic as fuck. So we had an issue for the holidays, but I come from a family where my mom is able to come to my dad's house, and my dad is married. And my mom is actively participating in our holidays. So that for me was really, really weird.
Were they able to do that immediately, or it took time for them to get
It's always been like that.
I'm not getting married. But if I get married, it's forever. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how I feel about it. Like, I'm not...
But if she fuck around and have a kid with you, it's definitely...
Yeah, my mother used to tell me, be careful who you sleep with, because, you know, if y'all have a baby, it's forever. That's your family. That's your family forever. And I dig it. That is true. Yeah, and I'm all about, like, you know what I'm saying, being in my kid's life. Like, I'm a dad. I'm never not gonna be in my nigga's life, ever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But there's people out there, they'll dip off. But yeah, family's forever. Like, if you blood, that's your kid. You can't ignore that. Like, really.
I like how you speak firm in your voice, like you mean it. Like you speak like, I mean what I say.
Yeah, I mean what I say.
No, I feel you.
But I feel like it is 50-50. Like, of course a baby mama is permanent, but what if that wife become a baby mama? Then what about the wife / baby mama?
But we ain't talking about wife /
But so then I got the 2 titles up under my name. The wife and then the BM. So then what, I'm permanent?
Yeah. So what I will say is, honestly, I feel like the wife is temporary because of the status, right? If we talk about facts, right? So the only thing that makes the fact is numbers, to be honest, right? So if you're looking at the numbers behind it, factual is a certain percentage of people in America get divorces, right? Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about a baby mother, if you're my baby mother or if I'm your baby father, that child stays forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, us signing a paper, it determines on our feelings, it determines on so many other different factors. Right. But when it comes to having a child, it's one thing consistent, and that's the child. Right. Now, if you aren't a good parent or et cetera, mm-hmm. then we look at it like that. But at the end of the day, you're still my baby mother. So my baby mother, the title is forever. But
like us, when we're single, we try to not date somebody else with kids because of the fact of that.
I can't say that because guess what? Mm-hmm. My ex-husband had 2 kids with 2 baby mamas when we got together.
And what made you do that?
It didn't bother me that he had 2 kids. Like, my mama is a baby mama. She was a wife and she turned to a baby mama because they got a divorce. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
That's a goal, though, being able to have a relationship with your baby mother. outside of if it doesn't work out, being able to still be cordial, have a friendship. I mean, obviously, once you have a child, it's definitely not about you guys and what's about the child. But I mean, I get it. I mean, people got emotions, people got feelings. A lot. I think Gino talked about it earlier, but I feel like a lot of times because the guy might not want to wife the woman, she kind of take it out on him, and it's kind of, to me, I feel like it's hurting the child at the end of the day. But it's mind games. You trying to get a one up. You trying to, you know. But it's all. But to be honest, I feel like all of this that I'm talking about, it stems down from jealousy.
I got 3 kids now. I'm also married, so it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. But that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? He ain't just say that shit in the song because it wasn't a fact. Like, it's real. Like, she married you and she had your kid, bruh. She holds all the cards. Unless she just crazy as hell, because she gonna get them kids. And if you get in that bag, she gonna get that too. So that's why I was saying, depending on the situation, bro, it's a lot more you willing to deal with. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to do the dishes and I'm just married to you with no kids, then I ain't doing the fucking dishes. But if I got 3 kids and you tell me to do the goddamn dishes, I'm gonna think about that shit. Cause what if you just leave cause I ain't do the dishes? Oh, that nigga don't like doing the dishes, so I wanna leave him and put him on child support. She got your ass.
I agree.
Okay, so let's flip it this way. What if I'm your wife and I'm your baby mama? What if you don't have a baby mama, but I'm your wife and I also have your child? So then how does that statement apply to me as a wife and your first child?
It applies because you're my baby mother at the same time. At the end of the day, you're my child's parent.
To me, that's a dumbass statement.
It is.
And it's ignorant as fuck. And I don't know who the hell even came up with it to even say it, because it can apply in so many different scenarios. I mean, granted, we're now in a society where, you know, there are a lot of whatever you want to call it, like
interchangeable parts.
Yeah, so, but there are a lot of scenarios where niggas' first kid is their wife, and which then, you know, they make the joke of the baby mama, but, you know.
I agree, because even with, so my daughter's father, like, his wife is uncomfortable when we are having private conversations. But these are our children. We're not having private conversations about let's go out and whatever the case. We're talking about our children. But I also believe that if you don't create the respect with the new significant person, when you're not with the person you had children with, they will never respect that person. So you have to, like, hey, listen, this person is this person is the mother of my children, and that's where it draws the line. Respect this person, I'm gonna make sure that they respect you as well. So I think it really comes from, like, communication. But yeah, jealousy definitely plays a part, because I ain't gonna lie, like, when my daughter's father bought his wife a G-Wagon, I felt the way. Because you don't pay me, you give me a little bit of money in between, and if I ask for anything extra, it's a problem, but she can have a G-Wagon? Okay, sir.
So I was joking, but I mean, it's a fact, and what I was saying, I mean it, but honestly, I feel like, you know, isn't our society now, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if we were more serious about what we were doing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna, like, I'm not trying to be like this simp, but I just mean what I say, you feel me? Like, I was joking at first, but you feel me?
Yeah.
That's who I am. But I feel like, you know, a lot of guys, or a lot of people in general, you know, they, we had this conversation last time, like, it's dating the game. I feel like they playing games with who they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But if you were serious with it, and if you are taking your oath serious, and you taking your marriage serious, and it's not just papers, and you mean it, you know what I'm saying? You mean your vows, then I feel like your wife would be forever. Because at the end of the day, you can have a wife and y'all can disagree on so many things, but if y'all agree on one thing, and that's love and making this relationship work, you know what I'm saying? It can be forever. Yeah, but a lot of times, people make decisions with their feelings.
My partner Bosa told me to be a voice tonight. Okay. So yeah, for you young brothers, that's how you know we old now. Yeah. You brothers, be careful who you lay with, because you have a baby with them, your family forever. And some women are very spiteful, so don't be stupid. Treat her with respect. If you're tired of it, be tired of it, and let her know you're tired of it, but respectfully. Don't be a dumbass. Keep it respectful. And maybe she won't be spiteful.
Maybe she won't. But once you sense her starting to become spiteful, for my single brothers, if you happen to have that child, you go to the judge before she does. Because if she get there first, that's your ass.
That's what I think I don't like a lot about the social media culture that we're in now. Everything to everybody seems like
temporary.
Like it's just a phase and it's just a fad. Like, okay, right now, we going through the cold season right now. Let me go and find me a little something to snuggle up under. Let me find me something to kind of keep.
When it's done, I get rid of it.
Once May hit, June hit,
I'm out of it.
Gotta go, you know?
But I think it's crazy because like that's our culture. Like you said, right? So it's like, it's crazy how much we might not be on the same page, but unconsciously we on the same page. You feel me? Because I'm like, man, shit, it's cuffing season. You probably like, shit, it's cuffing season. We fuck around, break up in May, we both good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might be hurt for a second, but like, we both like, fuck it. Like,
but no, like, I don't understand like why that's the dynamic though. Like the whole like in the seasons you got to figure out what's gonna be best accommodating to you. Like why can't you find somebody and you want to build with them longevity? Like I think, you know, like this particular conversation or this particular statement is very applicable maybe to the younger generation, maybe the kids that are 19 through like 23.
That's us.
No, like I mean, yeah, of course, probably somebody that said it was us, but they still immature. Like they lack the emotional intelligence and they don't have the capability, or probably haven't even been in a situation to where they've seen somebody dealing with longevity, or they came across somebody and they fumbled that bitch.
And the phrase baby mama is like a horrible, like.
It is. Like if you calling her baby mama, she ain't shit. Now mother of my child, my beloved, you know, shit like that, my honey bun, stuff like that. But if a nigga walking around calling you his baby mama,
right,
you a burden. Like he.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Like my kid's mom, she ain't a baby mama. She's my kid's mom, my son's mother. She's not a baby mom because she holding it down. She makes sure my nigga good. She makes sure I'm good. Like it's all good. It's a headache sometimes, but it's all good.
I feel like because you're upset, it's not healthy at the end of the day. I mean, it's not helping the situation at all. It's not making you close to the dudes you were dealing with, or helping you get close to y'all as a unit with the child involved. I feel like all of this whole quote was made out of emotion, out of being hurt. So I don't feel like there's nothing really good for coming from her. You're not really in the right by even coming up with this. I mean, it probably made it worse. Honestly, that's how I look at it.
That's real. Also, it's like this. If a person felt like the baby mama was forever, at what point is the father like, why am I not working on this situation? Why would I deal with a temporary situation? Why would I not figure out how to rebuild in this relationship? At one point, this was a relationship. I had a child with this person. Let's figure out how to reconnect. Let's figure out how we can be a unit. And no, everything won't work out, but I feel like if you're doing things solely for your children, I think that may be the healthier thing.
And that's the difference to me. Like a baby mom will try to destroy your life, will try to use your baby as a pawn, will try to, that's a baby mama.
It's a baby mama now. Yeah.
Women looking like, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, don't be a baby mama. Because a baby mama is not about the baby. She about her own selfish ego or needs, bruh. So don't get a baby mama. Have a mother, have a queen. Let your kids' mother be a fucking queen, bruh. Ain't none of that bullshit, that ghetto ratchet bullshit, that stigma that they put on us. No, ain't none of that going on over here.
Exactly.
My kid's mom is a queen. Period. Any kid I ever have with a woman, queen. I ain't fucking with no peons. Ain't no peons over here. Pushing P. You pushing P?
I don't know what that means, but I watched the video though. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure it out. Is that a player? Okay. That ain't what that nigga said though, so that's what I was thinking, but then he said some other shit. But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Pushing P, we doing that shit.
Why do you think women think that way?
She must been the BM. She must been the BM.
For me, it's kind of like the only thing binding you together as a wife is paperwork. But when it comes to like your child, I mean, it's a whole kid. You have to deal with this child.
Because it's real.
Yeah.
Women are very smart. Damn, I hate to say that.
They are, but like...
Y'all smarter than us.
They're smart, but the women that are smart understand that the men they want are typically smarter than them. And they outnumber us. Like they're more, like just keeping it a book. I hate to say it. It's more common females than males. So like, you dealing with a dude that got his shit together and you ain't got his kids, until you have something to permanently tie you to him, you're expendable. You're expendable, bro. Yeah. Like, you just better hope he got the right intentions, that he's patient, that he's that guy. But it's a few cats out here that got the bag, that'll do what the fuck they want at a moment's notice. He can afford another wedding. He don't give a fuck.
Then again, you also don't want your kids to be in some toxic shit because y'all can't figure it out. Sex just be good sometimes.
She be good, and you still be hurt. It's toxic. It's all this shit is unhealthy, man. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know how people think. I know women think differently off of jealousy. I know, like I said earlier, I know women that have a child with somebody just because somebody else had a child with him, and you feel like that's a one-up, but it's really dumb as fuck. Like, because if he ain't gonna hold the person he already got a child with a certain respect, you think because you have a child with him, he's gonna hold you to a certain extent. You feel like because you have a child with him that you're the one. If he have a child, most people, y'all not the one. Like, and I don't really feel like I don't see the importance of it, other than jealousy, other than trying to make somebody else upset. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel like the child suffers at the end of the day. I don't have any children, but from the outside looking, I feel like the child suffers because y'all still not getting what you want out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think women think that way. That's what's wild. And for the fact that a woman said that, that's mind-boggling.
I mean, wait, but let's not.
She could be the BM. That's the only thing that I could give for it.
Can we be real? Remember what I just said earlier, right?
What?
Girls would be like, a nigga toxic, but they love that shit. So I can see how a chick would like that. Know why? Because it's like, yo, I'm his baby. I can see a baby mother
saying that.
Yeah, really trying to flex her muscle on a wife.
Like, bitch, I got the one up on you. I got the kid, ho.
It was crazy though.
But your child support ain't coming in.
It's crazy though.
Then what you also have to look at is it really just depends on if you're looking for in the human standpoint or if you're looking for in like the biblical. Because biblically, the wife
it's supposed to be forever.
Yeah, the wife is first.
I agree.
And then come the kids.
Yeah.
But like in today's society, I mean, it is what it is. I would never ask a nigga to put his kids before me. And anybody that I date, like anybody that I talk to, I also make sure that they have that kind of understanding with their baby, like with their children's mom, because I just don't agree with that type of shit.
I have this theory on women. I think that women want a man that they could look up to, in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, anybody, really. You don't really want to fuck with nobody you can't admire, or, you know what I'm saying? Or,
they want to be led, but you got to be a leader.
You got to be a leader. Yeah. Got to be a leader.
That's what they want, but like, man.
But also to the women who see the patterns. Like, you get with this dude, like, oh, I'm about to be the wife. But bruh haven't taken care of the kids. Y'all going on trips, y'all going to games, he buying you this, he buying you that, but he don't take care of his kids. That's who you want to lay down and have a kid with? Because I remember getting with my daughter's father, and we would go out. He loved buying Gucci. He wanted to buy bottles. So I made a rule. He had a son. Every time we go to Lennox, if you buy yourself some jeans or some shoes, we gonna buy the baby some too. Yeah. Period. That's just how it is. If y'all not having that mentality, you really ain't no wife. Really, you just a stand-in. And y'all having fun. It look cute. Like, what are y'all doing it for? Stop doing it for the gender reveals. Stop doing it for the engagement videos on Instagram. Like, really, like, stand up. Like, really, really be a wife if you're gonna be a wife. And it's the baby mama.
My baby daddy gonna always be here. Like, whoever I can date 30 niggas, but the one nigga that's not gonna ever change is my kid's father.
That shouldn't change.
No, that's not.
We have plenty of fuck baby daddies out here in these streets. Okay? What did we just hear about? Somebody just literally just told us a second ago. What did she say? Oh my God, can we bring her out here right now?
No.
She said that. What'd she say? She said something around the lines of like they made a GoFundMe, or was that you telling me that story?
I'm talking about.
They made a GoFundMe. She said, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for the baby daddy because this motherfucker ain't paid child support in I don't know how long. And if y'all just donate $1, everybody donate $1. But that'll help him with that, and his rent about to get cut off.
But that's the thing.
So it's not a lot of good baby.
That's in a monetary way though. But guess what? What's never going to change is who her child's father is.
It remind me of some of our mothers.
Some of our who mothers?
Our mothers.
What you mean, our mothers?
Follow me.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know, how we was raised isn't always the right way, right?
No, it's not.
And a lot of the old generation have this one mentality, one way of thinking. And you might not understand because you're a woman, but a lot of men, their mothers feel like they should always come first. Right? And it's a lot of...
In regards to relationships,
yeah.
Once your son starts to date, a mother feels like she's still top tier.
Yeah.
A mom may feel like she's still top tier.
She may feel like that, right? And what I say by that is it's a lot of toxic relationships between the
mother
son
and girlfriend
and the mother.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I say this in a respectable manner, but I witnessed it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, in some ways that I gotta be patient with my mom because she feel like this supposed to happen, X, Y, and Z supposed to happen. When I hear a baby mama saying that, I can see her feeling that entitlement as a parent would. As I don't want to say
That's fair. That's fair.
I want to be careful with my words because I don't want to say as uneducated, but like just a parent who don't know no better.
I think that's where she was. That's an interesting perspective for her to have, especially since like women are on the defensive a lot when it comes to them. So I find that's an interesting perspective for her to have. But like hell yeah, it's crazy that it's like that. But
don't have a baby mama.
Yeah, don't. Like, and that's the big thing. Like,
that stigma is horrible. That's a horrible stigma that they put like out there. Like, do not have a baby mama.
It's hard though, cause like niggas get drunk, they leaving the club that night.
Don't get drunk, don't leave the club that night.
They ain't finna stop doing that shit, man. They ain't finna stop doing it, man. You can take Freaknik from Atlanta, but you can't change the culture, man. They coming down here having these one night stands, throwing this money, leaving with shawty from Gold Rush or Blue Flame or Cheetah or
Cheetah lit. My boy, Cheetah lit.
I ain't never been, but you know.
What? They got some really good food too.
I know the food good. I just, I find it, I don't know if I'd be able to focus, you know what I'm saying? If I went in there, I don't think I'd be able to focus. And like people be like, yeah, take your wife for lunch. She'd be done whoop my ass in there, boy.
I can add in that standpoint because like my mom and dad, even though they were married, they divorced when I was 9. My stepdad, yes, he showed up in a major way. I lived with him from the time I was like, I want to say 11 to 18, 11 to 18. But would never change, even though he stood in the place of my father and he was the man that I came home to every day. He helped my mom take care of me. He helped my mom get my first car, all of that. But guess what? What never changed was that my dad still was a vital person in my life. My mom and my stepdad are divorced now, but guess what hasn't changed? My father is still my father.
Well, you were blessed, because it's a lot of people out there.
In that standpoint though, that's a female, that's mostly the female, because a lot of females make it hard on men for them to be fathers.
Wow.
A lot of,
you think that for real?
They do.
Well, I mean, a parent that knows, I think with parenting and being having kids is, like our parents, they raised us based off of what they were taught. When a lot of parents don't realize that possibly the best way to raise your child is to teach them what you were taught moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of parents got a lot of traditions.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, this what you gonna do, this what you ain't gonna do, this what you gonna do, this what you ain't gonna do. But as you grow older and as you become your own adult, you realize there's certain things that you might have not agreed with what your parents did raising you. And I feel like a lot of parents still, once they become parents, they may have this one way to go this path, but then they might turn back around and be like, okay, this is more comfortable because this is what I'm used to doing. Right. Which can ultimately harm your child in the long run if your child doesn't have enough cognitive or enough emotional intelligence to know, like, I don't agree with that. I don't like the way that was, brought upon me. I want to kind of try it a different way.
If we gonna go that deep, cause see, I don't be understanding why. I don't have no children, so I don't want to be judged after this. But I don't be understanding like the doing the gender reveals and the baby showers by yourself though.
Weird.
It's not weird to you. It's so weird as fuck. Like I don't get it. Like, I mean, I understand it. I don't know your situation, so he could be a deadbeat. He could be locked up. But if he not a deadbeat or he not locked up and he not there, then what's the point? The whole point is to celebrate obviously the child, but who created the child? But if you're gonna be sitting there with your king chair and you just sitting there by yourself and you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that's kind of like it throw me off a little bit. Cause I'm like, why? Like, what? I don't know.
I get it.
That shit just weird to me. That shit just weird to me. Regardless of our relationship and whether or not we're good as a relationship wise, if we have a child, I'm there. I gotta be there. I mean, who won't be there? That's memories type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, that's another topic probably. But
oh, there's a lot of deadbeat ass dads.
I'm not saying that it's not a deadbeat ass dad.
No,
but it's
not a lot.
But it's a lot of females. Trust me, I know plenty of bitches with kids. Plenty of bitches with kids. And I don't care. My baby daddy could not pay child support. My baby daddy could not, like, financially, none of that. But what I will never take from him is being able to be there for his kids or see his kids. I don't give a fuck what's going on. The money is not the issue to me.
To you as a child, or you mean to you?
My kids would never know. Like, even if they dad.
To you as a mother, you talking about like right now? Okay.
As a mother, and that's
Like, he's still trying to be there.
That's the problem that we as women have. We don't know how to separate the two.
Wait, you are the main one taking the responsibilities. This is changing your whole entire life, and you're okay with him living his life, popping bottles, going to Vegas, going to Colombia, fucking bitches, and.
Wait a minute, my baby daddy don't do this.
Whatever the fuck he want. No, but most bitches, the big men do.
It doesn't matter.
Most of them do. Stop thinking about it only as your situation. But it's a lot of females, like
a lot of females that I know who fathers are in their lives. If you go back down to the meat of the situation, it's because of a scenario that was put into their head by their mother.
So you think it's daddy issues?
So I feel like this. When it comes to children and parents should not put negative ideas or negative thoughts into children. That's when things change.
Well, I mean, it can definitely be toxic.
Is it being toxic?
I mean, yeah, because it's kind of like, to me, it sounds as though the BM is kind of trying to still hold the one up. Yeah. You know, like, I still want to have a one up on you. Like, okay, just because you're a wife, that don't mean y'all gonna make it, but at the end of the day, we still got this kid and I'm still a baby mama.
It's very toxic because I feel like we also put that against each other. Like, as far as like, I gotta speak because I'm single. I have not had kids. I have not been married. But for me, coming from a single perspective, I say it is very toxic because of the fact that we think and we look at society and what's been posted and whatnot, like, oh, I don't want no baby mama drama, so I'm not gonna date no dude who got like 2, 3, 4, 5 baby mamas. Like, why would I do that?
I get what you're saying, but like, I feel like even though she might feel toxic or she might be a side chick, did she not point out a fact? Like, she might be hurt, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but however she came to this conclusion, she said some shit when she said it. Yeah. Like, real talk.
I don't want to say like being a BM is a bad thing, because we all make choices, and sometimes situations just do not work out. They just don't pan out, and a lot of times when they don't pan out, it's because a child has came into the mix.
That because we can't ignore that. We can't sit up here and act like it's not healthy co-parenting situations.
Yeah, there's a lot, because I know a whole lot. But those ones, to me, with that tweet, it's evident it ain't no healthy co-parenting. And it's evident there's a lot of sneaking and geeking going on. And it gives very much, he was sneaking and geeking while he was in a relationship, and then he fucked around and proposed to his old lady. That's kind of like the scenario it's giving me.
And that all depends on the individuals and being adults. Every person that you talk to doesn't necessarily have to have baby mama drama. But I do feel like that particular subject of a wife is temporary and a baby mama is permanent, it pits people against each other. So you're basically putting two women who should be coming together,
right, to work out the
that their man is, you know, like, to work out a situation, because at the end of the day, all parties are involved when it comes to the kids. It's like you doing too much. You pitting them against each other.
And that's what social media is. well, you know, we look on there, we try to compare lives, we see the different topics, we jump on the bandwagon and jump in the comments and have our own perspectives and opinions on things. So I feel like that's what the new society and the new norm is.
It is.
So I don't know, but it's everybody's own separate opinions. Like, everybody live different lives. You can't go off one perspective because you had a good situation with your baby father. I know plenty that has not and is going through some bullshit with theirs.
I do think it is a true statement, but I also think that baby mamas, that phrase is a toxic phrase. Because you know what it come with. Like, you know the stigma that come with baby mama drama.
And I don't even think she was trying to target it. I think she was really just talking about, like, having kids with a dude. Like, cause that's the only other thing that, you know what I'm saying?
Family now.
But cause it ain't necessarily gotta be toxic or a side chick. We watch Basketball Wives that has been on TV forever. A lot of drama. And Shaq is paying for that whole lifestyle that she had until she got on the show. A lot of women, and why they still tied to these basketball players, because a lot of them basketball wives ain't basketball wives no more. But they connected to his legacy forever because they had a baby. So, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Do people not cut it off at 18?
What you mean cut off at 18?
Like, so like, let's say you have a baby mama, right? Mm-hmm. Are you still gonna actively be in her life after the kid?
Her life or the child?
I'm saying, like, if it's a thing where it's like you're involved, right?
Right.
Are you gonna continue to be involved after?
I mean, you really don't have a choice, honestly. I mean, if I have a child with somebody, regardless if my child is over 18, I have a relationship with their mother, period. I don't see it's easier said than done. I know some women crazy. I know some guys out here ain't on their game, but I just feel like you're always going to be there. That's why I feel like the statement is true when it comes to saying baby mamas are forever, because you are. But in that space, it's coming from it's coming from being toxic because you're hurt. That's the only reason why you would make that type of statement. You know what I'm saying?
So, I do think that it is toxic, and I don't like the fact that, you know, BMs kind of get that title as being toxic. Mm-hmm. But when you have situations like this, the bitter BMs are gonna get the toxic stick.
So, like, honestly, like, going back on what I said earlier, honestly, the BM ain't forever. My kid is forever.
Forever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and technically,
But the part too, you have to also realize when the law get involved and when you get to trying to legitimize a kid and shit like that, it does get messy.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Don't talk to me, because you know why? I'll make sure my shit legit.
Yeah. Most definitely, you have to. You have to as a male. Now, this is all I'm saying as a man.
I feel sorry for my men out here that's
battling with that.
Battling cases and things like that. And I'm not saying I'm above nobody, but with all due respect, I ain't playing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, my shit is in order.
Yeah.
So if it ain't 50-50, it's either gonna be 50-50 or all me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean,
definitely, I definitely think that does kind of scream toxic. But I just feel like that she was hurt. Poor thing. I need to go to her Instagram and see.
You want to give her a hug?
All right,
she need one.
I agree. I think my son is 18, and if my son didn't need me, yeah, he's gonna need me to help him tie a shoe. He's gonna need me to fix food. If he didn't need a father more now than anything, he needs a dad now. Like, my son is super ambitious. He's trying to figure himself out with women, figuring himself out just in life. Like, so yeah, that's definitely, I feel like, I hope that fathers feel like it's a forever thing, because it is. And I'm 34, and I never realized how much I needed my dad more than now. I need my dad to, this is happening in my relationship. Like, this is happening in my love life. Help me, nigga. Like, real shit. Like, you do, so it don't end. So in the statement, but like you said, it's toxic. But baby mama is a baby mama. I hate the word. It is a forever thing though when you have children together, because it doesn't stop.
The goal is not to be a baby mama. The goal is to be a wife.
Absolutely.
And if you can keep that at the top priority, then I feel like your relationship will probably be long lasting. If you go in there just to be a baby mama, just to be a baby mama, or to make somebody else jealous, or the girl he had before you jealous, then you shouldn't be doing it. It's nothing healthy that comes from that. I mean, money could be involved, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's easier said than done. But shit, money don't make everything, go right. I mean, we see millionaires all the time going through issues and with baby mamas and this, that, and the third. I don't think it makes it even better, but definitely be conscious of who you having a child with, and understand what type of woman you dealing with. You can tell really 3-4 months in whether or not she's wifey or not, or wifey material. And if you start seeing red flags, believe them early, because majority of the time, once like people say, you don't really know probably till you deal with somebody. I feel like you really don't know the woman you're dealing with till you have a child with them.
I don't know. I just feel like coming from it, like being a single, I know that us in our community, we look as like a guy having multiple baby mamas or having one baby mama. Sometimes we don't even want somebody who has kids because we don't have kids. And it makes sense because we want to go through that kid phase together with somebody who never been through that kid phase at all. So I think everybody should just live how they want to live it. Everybody's situation is different. There are different types of partnerships and relationships that you can have that can be great. We do not have to go by the book anymore, and just live your life. But you gotta be transparent in everything that you're doing.
Find somebody, and this is marriage, conceiving a child or whatever. Mm-hmm. Find somebody, I'm not gonna say that you love, because we can love anybody. Mm-hmm. Find somebody that's respectable, you know what I'm saying, and have enough self-awareness that no matter if y'all together or not, she's a good person. Because if you find a good person, no matter what, one thing is consistent, she's a good person. Yeah. Baby mother or not. Yeah. If we have a kid together, we marry, we break up, we have a divorce, she's gonna be a good woman, and she's gonna be respectable. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like sometimes men get in these relationships with girls that they have no idea who they are, and then they see tweets like, baby mother is forever, wife is temporary. You know what I'm saying? But if you find somebody that's a legit, queen out here, you know what I'm saying? She would never make that statement. Yeah.
That's the proper thing to do. But me knowing how I came up and how I lived my life, I know that shit is hard, bro. So just vet these women, bro. Please, man, you got to know who you can be careful with. And like he said, man, I ain't saying you hitting every chick with a rubber, but you gotta know the ones that you definitely gotta wear a rubber with. You gotta identify who you fooling with, bruh. Cause I ain't saying, I feel like a child is always a blessing, but the situation might not always be ideal. So if you gonna make that type of, if you gonna make that type of conscious decision to have unprotected sex, make sure you have some rapport with that female. That way, just in case Junior pop out, you might be alright. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be fooling around with the ratchet, some bullshit happen, and now, you know what I'm saying? You on the next Tyler Perry movie. You on the next Tyler Perry movie, man. You on the next little BET film. We don't want that to be you, man. We don't want to see you on Maury and, you know what I'm saying, the lie detector determined.
Hey, where they be going when they run it?
I do not know.
They find out they not the daddy, and then the girl go running. Where is she going?
I feel like being a wife, only whether you start off as the wife and you divorce, it's still for everything. You are still someone's wife, and that person ain't never gonna forget you. It's an experience that you can't erase. It's a covenant that you can never not have. So being a wife is just as important as being someone's mother. But for you girls, you sweet baby girls who are out here having these kids with just anybody, stop, because you have to think about the well-being of these children. You are picking up traits, mental health, genetics, all kind of things that these children have to bear. Is bigger than you. It's really all about these kids at the end of the day. It ain't about him. It's not about you. It's all about them. They don't ask to be here. None of that. They're literally just innocent bystanders. And when you add on all the drama and trauma, you adding on all of that to another individual's life. Having a child is the most sacred thing in the world. You literally have a gift to give someone a better perspective of life. That's just kind of how I think about it. I love my kids so much, I couldn't ever subject them to something that they didn't deserve, knowingly. right? So think twice about who you having kids with. And I don't know, yeah. Don't be a baby mama.
Every wife is not bad, and neither is every baby mama. You have to go into each situation with a clear head. When it comes to like being the wife, I'm not gonna necessarily say you're temporary, because nobody goes into a marriage like that, and your wife should be like first. But at the same time, come to a common ground, because at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is kids in my book.
I know it's hard to say, but I think the older we get, you know, the more we kind of bump to the 30 range. I really think it's important to see people in all seasons, because, you know, me seeing you happy, I can make the decision or make the conclusion that you're a good person. But me seeing you mad may be completely opposite. Yeah, that's really who you are. So like, although I know seeing people in seasons takes time, it's doing you to do justice, because at the end of the day, if y'all are going to possibly be in a relationship, you literally, like, honestly, like, dating and being in relationships is a game of like checkers for real, or a game of chess, whatever you want to call it, because it takes time to really be able to make your best move, your next move, your best move, because you want to make sure whatever decision happens is going to be okay. Because, you know, even with you saying like a person being a good person prior to a pregnancy, that could be an actual fact. But when she goes through her pregnancy, you also have to put other factors into play.
That's true.
And if you guys don't work out after the pregnancy, then you have to think like, okay, yeah, like you have to really be able to see people in all seasons, and it may take more than a year and a half, 2. You know, you just really don't know, but you always have to make sure you keep yourself safe, protected. So like, if you are dealing with somebody and you know y'all doing whatever y'all doing, you got to be able to make the discernment. Like, all right, well, I fuck around and get pregnant, this is what it's gonna be, and I need to be able to be okay with that. So I might need to know that she's gonna be this type of woman. If we don't work out, if we do work out, she's gonna be this type of woman. So, because things change, like women always are gonna have a picture in their head of what they would want it to be like. So if they get to dating a guy, we didn't already made the whole idea, like the whole everything. Like, okay, he's gonna be a good this, he's gonna be a good that, he's gonna be able to do this, he's gonna be able to do that. If he can't do this, I can maybe, you know, make it work with that. But when a child gets into play, you literally don't know where it can go. You don't know, I mean, and regardless of how solid your foundation is as a couple, a child is going to change the dynamic regardless. You know, you're gonna have sleepless nights. You know, before, y'all was always going to sleep on time. You might have been a little sleepy because y'all was staying up a little late, but it wasn't being staying up because it was a child crying every night. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of things that people, I think, really need to be able to make adult and conscious effort and conscious decisions on, so that you can make it work. And co-parenting ain't easy. It takes with a lot of patience and a lot of, you know, especially if you was in love with somebody prior to you guys not making it work. So I think it's very important to get to see whoever your partner is in all their seasons.
Who you lay with? Be careful who you lay with, because that could be family forever. Family is forever.
Family is forever, man. Yeah, if you gonna fuck with her, know who she is, bro, please. Because if you don't, hey, look, and that's how it works, bro. You know how it go when you roll the dice, man.
I done heard stories.
Everybody going to Vegas now.
It's kids that actually think their daddy ain't shit because their mama told them that their daddy ain't shit. Not because their daddy wasn't shit. It's because their mama told them daddy ain't shit. Daddy probably been looking for him this whole time.
Bro, check this out. I was just about to say that. I done seen situations where he looking for his kid and she done told him he dead.
And bro been looking. Where my daddy at?
And daddy like, where they go? But see, them women I don't understand, cause like, you ain't even got them on child support. So it's like
they tight because bro ain't fucking with them.
He was an alcoholic or some shit. He, you know, showed signs that he'd be abusive.
That is possible.
For you to just run without seeking anything, had to be some red flags for a woman to do that.
Maybe you gotta look at her like, nah, I ain't gonna say too much, cause I'm gonna get fucking hung. Yeah, but
I ain't, they probably already finna rake me over the coals for some of the shit I done said. But this was a topic that a woman came up with, so we just wanted to keep it a with y'all, man. How about them dogs?
No, one thing I'm gonna say though, when it comes to women who think like the topic you can kind of figure that out kind of early through conversations. You can tell how how she react to certain things, and or how she comment on certain things. Whether or not she is the type to say, wife is temporary, baby mom forever. But I feel like you can kind of system things early. I feel like those are red flags. That if you can system out early, you can kind of understand what you feel like is wife material and what's not.
That's true.
I just feel like you just gotta pay attention to them, because a lot of times as humans we ignore them based off of how she look or how much money she got, or how she, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you gotta pay attention to them, because those things I feel like you should definitely not take lightly, especially if you're gonna fuck around and be smashing raw and having children with them. You know what I'm saying? You definitely gotta tap into that shit.
That's right. And money is temporary too. That shit ain't lasting. Niggas is out here running through bags, and them PPP niggas, stay away. Cause they gonna go to jail, and then you really just gonna be a baby mama. So y'all out here having these babies with these scammers. Don't do it. They ain't lasted.
Wait, let me read the happy moments at the top.
This is work
hard and stay humble. What does this say? Do more of what makes you happy. That part, yes.
That's one right there.
What's that one? What is that, girl? Faith makes all things possible. Oh, yes.
All right, ladies, we are recording. Quiet on set.